Hey there, welcome to another episode of WYT. What's your take? I'm Wyatt Spalding, and I'm really excited today because today we're going to talk about some baseball. Now, baseball is not as popular as football or basketball, I know, but I think it's really popular locally. Or a lot of people just follow one team and they watch all their games. I know a lot of people aren't going to like this, but my favorite team actually is the New York Yankees. I'd say I watch their games a lot, Atlanta Braves, and when they're on, but they're not on that much because they're pretty bad, the Pittsburgh Pirates, as you can see. So, if you want to watch some baseball or look up some highlights, probably looking up highlights is the best way to do it. If you don't watch a full game, here are the power rankings and some teams you should watch this year that are in contention to make the playoffs and are in the top 10 for best teams as of right now. And these rankings are from yesterday, July 28th, and here's how they stand. San Francisco Giants are in first, the best record in the league this year, at 63 wins and 48 losses. The Red Sox are right behind them with 63 wins and 40 losses. Houston is also 63 and 40. LA Dodgers are 62 and 41. The Chicago White Sox are 60 and 42. Milwaukee Brewers are 60 and 42. Tampa Bay Rays are 60 and 42. San Diego Padres are 59 and 45. Oakland Athletics are 57 and 46. And the round out the top 10, the New York Mets are 54 and 46. And just outside the top 10, I'll give you the three that are right there that maybe have a chance to make the playoffs. Probably not. But they're almost in the top 10. Seattle Mariners at 55 and 48. The New York Yankees at 53 and 47. And the Cincinnati Reds are 53 and 49. Alright, so there's been a lot of trades going on. The trade deadline is July 31st, coming up here in a couple of days. And there's already been some pretty big moves. The Pittsburgh Pirates, in my opinion, have traded their best player on the team, which is Adam Frazier, the second baseman. He is traded to the Padres. The Padres get three minor league players, the Pirates get three minor league players from the Padres and $14 million in cash. That's a big move for the Pirates. That's their best player, but Adam Frazier, now he's going to go from a team that was one of the worst teams in the league to now on a team that is in playoff contention. Maybe he'll go back to the Pirates, maybe not. Whenever his, I think he's up in like 2022. He's a free agent. So, but that's a big move for both teams. The Pirates, I mean, they have no chance to make the playoffs, so they might as well get some cash from the Padres and start building from their minor leagues system. And they got the number one pick in the draft, so they're really growing, not growing, but they're trying to get better. They're trying to get better, and it's not working with the players they got. So you might as well trade your best asset to get some money and find some talent that can take you up. But for Frazier, it's pretty good. Now can have a chance to make the playoffs. He leads the MLB in hits with 127. They're a great addition for the Padres right there. Joey Gallo from the Texas Rangers got traded last night to the New York Yankees. And this is good because Aaron Hicks is out with an injury for the year, I think. Yeah, the year. And so now they needed a center fielder, and the Yankees need some more hitting. They're struggling right now, not as good as they were supposed to be. They were picked as one of the top, not 5, but top 3 teams this year to do good. And they're not even in the top 10. So they got to find some hitting, and Joey Gallo is a good add-on to the New York Yankees. But the Rangers, they got right-handed pitcher Glenn Otto And second baseman, Excel Duran. They got Duran, the second baseman for the Yankees. And shortstop, Josh Smith. So the Rangers got a handful of players right there. Some good players to add, like the Rangers are not in the playoff contention right now. So maybe get some good players to get it going for them and see what they can do for the rest of the season. The Yankees also got the right-hand pitcher Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes is a reliever pitcher. He's struck out 44 this year, 35 walks in 42 innings. Clay Holmes played for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So the Pirates are just really cleaning house, trying to get some really young guys in there. Might as well start over. They tried this for years with some of these guys, and they just haven't been able to make the playoffs. So why not go to the team that's got the most money, the New York Yankees, and get some cash and some players out of those Frazier and Holmes. The Pirates in the Holmes trade get 2 minor league players, so hopefully those guys will come up to the big leagues. You never know, but it's a good deal. The first trade that I saw that just really shocked me was Nelson Cruz to the Rays. I did not think that Nelson Cruz was gonna get traded, but he did, and his first at bat was a home run for the Rays. Crazy. But now he goes just like Frazier from a team that is not a playoff contender this year, which is shocking because last year the Twins were one of the best home run teams in the league, and this year they're just not putting it all together. But Cruz goes to the Rays, who are in contention for the playoffs. They traded Joey Ryan. The Rays also traded for starting pitcher Tommy Hunter from the Mets, along with they got minor league player Matthew Dyer, who's a catcher. So the Rays are making moves, man, and they are looking to make a big run in the playoffs, which is crazy because they're still looking pretty good. They're like second in their division, just behind the Red Sox, but trying to add on, make that team even better to pass the Red Sox and not let the Yankees catch them. So the Rays are making moves, and we'll have to see how this turns out the rest of the season and when the playoffs hit, how the Tampa Bay Rays do. The Marlins and A's trade. So the Marlins traded outfielder Sterling Marte to Oakland, and the A's traded left-hand pitcher Jose Lindoso. Lindoso's a pretty good pitcher. I've seen him pitch several games this year. Oakland A's are out of my top 3 favorite that I told you at the beginning show, but Oakland A's is probably my 4th or 5th favorite team to watch this year. I don't know why, I just really like the Oakland A's. And I've seen Lindoso pitch, and it's a good add-on for the Marlins. The Marlins are a young team, but maybe they get some guys, some veterans in there, some young guys, and maybe they can turn around. We'll see. Probably not this season, but next season or the season after, see if this trade really helps the Marlins. The A's, just more hitting with Sterling. So one of the better players on the Marlins. So I guess we'll see how that goes for the A's and see if Sterling can contribute. Seattle traded right-hand pitcher Kendall Gaberman and Rafael Montero to Houston. Now, a lot of people are not happy. I've read that Kendall Gaberman got traded from Seattle, but I guess maybe they didn't have enough cap, or it just was the right deal for them because they got infielder Abraham Toro and right-hand pitcher Joey Smith. So more pitching, infielder, great pickup for Houston. Kendall Gaberman, one of the better pitchers, and just another add-on to the Houston's pitching roster, which they'll need come the playoffs. Now the guys that haven't been traded but could be traded, the Cubs have several. The Cubs have several guys, big names that could maybe be traded by July 31st. Chris Bryant, if you ever talk of the Mets or Giants, maybe the Padres wanting him. If I'm him, I'd probably want to go to the Padres or probably the Giants because they're the number one team this year in the league. So, and the Cubs aren't in playoff contention right now. Anthony Rizzo has been talked about. Will he go to Boston? But he did say he would be available to come back next year because his deal is up after this year. So that's a good sign for the Cubs that he does want to come back. No hard feelings there if he gets traded. Anthony Rizzo is the one I've heard most about that I think will happen. I could see him going to Boston. As a Yankees fan, don't really want that to happen, but it's business, and I think Boston's they're a well-run organization, and they know how to get really good players. So I could definitely see Anthony Rizzo going to Boston. And then Craig Kimbrel, closer for the Cubs. They've been talking about him maybe being traded. His ERA this year for a closer is 0.57. That's one of the best in the league for a closing pitcher. So whatever team gets Craig Kimbrel, or even if he stays in Chicago, that would be a big pickup for whatever MLB team wants him. So the Cubs could be almost cleaning house if all these guys go. Maybe just one or two go, but who knows? Maybe they'll get Anthony Rizzo back because he said he wants to come back. So that's good for next year and years down the line. But we'll see what happens in the next couple of days to see if the Cubs keep all their guys and re-sign them, or if they clean house and get rid of most of their star players. The other guy is the Rockies shortstop, Trevor Story. The teams that I've been looking at him are the Yankees, Oakland A's, and the Reds. I could see him maybe going to the Yankees because they do need some depth at shortstop. The A's are always making some moves. I've seen them in several conversations with not just Story, but just other free agents. So they can make a move. And the Reds, I didn't even know the Reds were looking at Trevor Story for free agent. But if I was him, I'd want to go to the A's or the Yankees. Probably the A's this year because they are in playoff contention more than the Yankees are. And then Max Scherzer, there's been talk of him wanting to go to the Red Sox, the Padres, or the Dodgers, or the Giants. All great teams that he could go to, all in the playoffs. He has a no-trade clause, but he could waive it, and said he would waive it if the situation is right and the deal is right for him. So we'll see how that goes for him as well. Well, that's all we got for the show today. For the first show on baseball, the MLB. The next show will get in more depth of which players you should look up for highlights and which players you should watch. And look forward to watching the rest of the season and in the playoffs. So stay tuned for that show coming up here in the next couple of days. And thanks for watching WYT. What's your take?